What's up, everyone? Sean Count Barghest here today with an EP review, this time the 2011 Peaceville Records release of My Dying Bride, the Barghest of Whitby. As some of my subscribers may or may not know, I am a huge My Dying Bride fan. I can't say a single bad thing about them. They're just create some of the most amazing and masterful pieces of not only music but art that has ever came out of the metal scene. I mean, Turn Loose the Swans is probably one of my all-time favorite records, and I absolutely love everything they've done. And my expectations were very high for this EP. This EP is a one-track affair that is to commemorate 20 years of them being a band. And as I said, this is one track that is 25 minutes in length. This is a long, big, brooding song. And I was a little skeptical if My Dying Bride could make one song that could keep my attention for 25 minutes. And they have done it. My Dying Bride are just as dark, depressing, down, and doomy as they have ever been. This song is phenomenal. And what I'm really liking about it is how they take bits and pieces from every single album that they've done and just kind of combined it into one. The guitars on this are just fantastic, beautiful, depressing. It's everything I look for in My Dying Bride's guitar work all in one song. For instance, you got the typical My Dying Bride heavy, doom, chugging sort of riff that really drives and pushes the music, gets you to want to headbang a little bit. Then you got the beautiful solos filled with complete emotion that almost sound like it's almost enough to bring you to tears. There's very few artists that can write a guitar solo or anything for that matter like that, and these guys do it, and on this song they utilize that. It sounds beautiful. The distortion is crushing. It's got a nice vintage tone to it, but it's nothing that's too fuzzy. It's nothing that's too compressed. There's not a lot of, it doesn't sound like too much compression in it. It sounds very good. The clean channel that they use sounds fantastic, and the riffs that they do on that are beautiful. The bass, as per usual, great work. Nothing that's too stand out. Nothing that will change how you perceive the band or anything like that. But it's there. It sounds great. And it really adds a little bit more to the music. It fills in the blanks. The drums are pretty basic, but very well played, very well recorded, and I'm really digging some of the drum beats, especially in the first half of this song. They are great. And then the second half, awesome double bass work at the very end, the last 4 minutes or so, just really good, and props to the drummer for being able to keep that double bass going for that long, because that's freaking sick. Next, you got keyboards and violin. The keyboards, of course, are something My Dying Bride has used on every record. And once again, they use the more piano sort of sound on the keyboard. And it really makes the depressing, almost romantic feel of the music a little bit more intense, a little bit more gripping. It makes you feel as though this is directed towards you or something, you know? It's nothing that's done out of showing off, per se. It's something that's done to create the overall atmosphere of the music even more darker more depressing, and as I said, more romantic at times. And the violins just really add to the sorrow. And when I say the sorrow, this is very depressing stuff, and it really, really is touching the emotion that is in the violin. And the parts that it's used on are absolutely phenomenal. Next is vocals. And Aaron has always been one of my favorite vocalists, not only in metal, but in general. Uh, there's nothing bad I can say that he's ever done. And on this album, he takes everything that he's done on every album and utilizes it into this one song. And it is absolutely impressive. He has some spoken word parts, and then he's got the beautiful singing that he does. The extremely emotional. It's almost on the verge of breaking or crying sort of clean vocals. It's not really whiny or what some people would think emo vocals. It's very emotional and very depressed. He just sounds like a man that's on the verge of just losing his mind. And it's incredible. It's chilling. And then you have the growls. His awesome growls that a lot of people missed on some of the newer records, especially on Line of Deathless Kings. I know that was a major complaint a lot of people had, was, no growls. Well, he uses them. And they also used them on the last album, in all fairness, but I'm just making a point. His growls on here are fantastic. Very angry, dark, pissed off sounding. Love it. And, of course, the icing on this cake, Aaron's lyrics. Absolutely amazing. All I can really say. He is not only a lyricist, but he's a poet. He is a modern poet, and he is one of the best modern poets. He can portray so many emotions in his songs, and this one, he pretty much portrays all the emotions that have been put in the past My Dying Bride songs, threw them all into one. And it's not a big jumbled mess like a lot of people would think. This is very well organized, well put, well thought out, very, very good. Overall, I'm going to have to give this EP a very, very strong 9 out of 10. This is beautiful. It's just simply amazing. If you're not a fan of My Dying Bride, check this out. Give this a shot, I would say. It may change your mind about them. If you're already a fan of them, you're going to fall in love. This is absolutely phenomenal. So, 9 out of 10. Thank you for watching. Thank you for subscribing. And as always, keep it metal.